So here's the big question. How are entrepreneurs like us, who have been hustling and struggling to make it to success, who seem to make it one step forward only to fall two steps back, who are dedicated, determined, and driven, how do we finally break through and win? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Brian Kelly, and this is the Mind, Body, Business Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mind, Body, Business Show. Ooh, baby, we have another phenomenal guest. I cannot wait to share her brilliance with you. Yes, Josee Brisebois is in the house and waiting to come on camera, and she'll be here in just a few moments, I promise. But first, a little introduction. The Mind, Body, Business Show, very quick. It is a show we put together for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs, and we invite only successful entrepreneurs onto our show. And the reason that is because these individuals, we've done over 140 by the time of this show coming on. The reason we do this is for you to take your business to that next level. I've done, again, like I said, over 140 this show. I had a previous show I did with a partner back in the day. We did 100 shows there. And I'll tell you something, the value that you're going to learn is beyond any description that I can give you. I can't even put a price tag on it. I should charge for this show. I never do. But that is all to say, take it that seriously as you're watching. Take notes and be sure to follow us all the way through to the end. You'll see why in just a moment. So Mind, Body, Business Show is about what I call the 3 pillars of success. And I began basically studying only successful people over the past decade, a little bit more than a decade or so. And I found these 3 patterns kept developing that I witnessed and realized that all of these very successful people had. And you might guess what those 3 are. They are literally the name of this show. So mind being mindset, and that is to a person. Each of these very successful individuals had a very powerful and also, more importantly, very flexible mindset. And body is literally about the fact that they took care of themselves. And we're talking about exercise on a regular basis. Don't need to be a bodybuilder if you're a man. You don't need to be a supermodel if you're a woman. Just taking care of yourself, exercise on a regular basis, and also nutrition-wise, intaking healthy food and healthy drink. And then business. Business is multifaceted. And what I found with all of these very successful individuals is that they had found a way to master all the skill sets that were necessary to create and grow a thriving business. And these skill sets included things like marketing, sales, team building, systematizing, leadership, and I could just go on and on and on. And the thing is, you might be thinking, Brian, how do you master so many skill sets, even in one's own lifetime? And I'm glad you asked, because you actually don't have to master every one of them. That's the good news. In fact, one of them is all you need to really, truly master. And I actually mentioned it. It was in the list I just mentioned a second ago. And it is the skill set of leadership. Once you've mastered the skill set of leadership, you can now bring in people that have mastered those other skill sets you have yet to do, and then lead them and build a team. And once you've done that, you can delegate all of those things you have not mastered, which, to be honest, as business owners, we should delegate most of the tasks that are day-to-day mundane, and we should be the ones that are out there creating and looking for new ways to grow our business rather than working in it. We want to work on it. And that is the Mind, Body, Business Show in a nutshell. And another wonderful thing about very successful people, to a person, what I found was they are also very avid readers. They are voracious readers of books, and not just any books, the right books. And with that, I want to segue into a really quick segment I like to call affectionately bookmarks.
Bookmarks. Born to read. Bookmarks. Ready, steady, read. Bookmarks. Brought to you by reachyourpeaklibrary.com.
There you see, reachyourpeaklibrary.com. And real quick note is to take notes and avoid clicking away. Resist that temptation. and just write down resources as we go through, because I know Josee is going to have many resources for you. In fact, I know of a couple already, as we were talking before the show. And you'll want to just write those down and stay with us and keep listening and keep your gaze and attention here on the show. If you're watching us live, if you're listening on podcast after the fact, keep listening, but write notes. If you're driving and you need to take notes, pull over, stop and take notes, or listen to it again and take notes, because they're that valuable. So reachyourpeaklibrary.com, just write that down and visit it after the show. Visit all the resources after. All right, Reach Your Peak Library. That is a website that I had put together and built with you in mind. I'm not kidding. I didn't build this for me. I didn't build this for my business, for my company. I built it for all of you wonderful people, entrepreneurs and business people who are looking to grow their business to the next level. And the reason I did that is because I myself did not begin reading regularly till about the age of 47. I'm 56 now. And I then realized the sheer magnitude of value and how my own life and business propelled forward after I began finally reading these incredible, amazing books. And so what I did is I only put those that had a profound impact on my business life, my personal life, or both on this list. So not every book I've ever read is in here. But you'll see quite a few great ones in here. And that's just for you to go and have a nice go-to list that's at least been vetted by one other successful person, so that the odds of you not wasting your time are increased. That's it. It's just here as a gift to you. All these buttons where it says buy here, they just go straight to Amazon. And yeah, we'll probably make a few pennies, and probably that's it. I've never even looked. I think it's less than $1. It doesn't matter. It's not here to make money. This is for you to have a library to go to and just grab a book, read it, go get the next one, find another one that you love that you haven't read, and grab it and read it, and really propel your business and your personal life quickly by doing that. Speaking of propelling your business, you know what? We have this amazing guest that's going to show you exactly how to do that. So let's bring her on right now, shall we? Yeah, let's do that.
It's time for the Guest Expert Spotlight. Savvy, skillful, professional, adept, trained, big league, qualified.
And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Josee Brisebois. Woo.
Hello, Brian.
Hello, Josee. I have to tell you, I had to practice your name. That was fantastic. I love the flow. Josee Brisebois. It's like
it sounds fancy, doesn't it?
It does. It's because
do you know what Brisebois means?
I have no idea.
It means breakwood, so it's not so fancy.
Oh my goodness.
So I like to see that I come from a very long line of stylish lumberjacks.
That's awesome. I love it. Hey, real quick before we dive into the show, a little bit of housekeeping. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that everyone watching this live right now, you have the chance to win. Yes, that's right. A 5-night stay at a 5-star luxury resort. And that's compliments of our pals. You see the big red logo up there in the upper corner. If you're watching the video, this is the biginsidersecrets.com. Jason Nass, my good dear friend who owns that business, he offers this to you. And he gave me the ability to give this away every single show. It's a 5-night vacation stay, and it's legitimate. You're not going to be pulled off into a basement and taken through a timeshare presentation for 5 hours. I promise you. And we know this because Jason Nass, the owner of the company himself, has tested it no less than 3 times. He has gone and reported back, oh, it was awesome. So we're going to give that away. So stay tuned for that. And then, wait, there's more, a little bit more. If you're struggling with putting on a live show together and it's maybe overwhelming and you want a lot of the processes done for you while still enabling you to put on a high quality show and connect with great people like Josee and grow your business all at the same time, then head on over to carpetbombmarketing.com. Carpet Bomb Marketing, saturate the marketplace with your message. And one of the key components that is contained in the Carpet Bomb Marketing courses, this is one that you'll learn how to absolutely master. It's the very service we use to stream our live shows right here on the Mind Body Business Show. We're using it right now. Over the course of the past over 9 years now, we have tried many of these quote unquote TV studio solutions for live streaming. And I'm here to tell you, StreamYard is the best of the best. It combines supreme ease of use along with unmatched functionality. So start streaming high quality, professional looking live shows. You can do this for free with StreamYard now. Now, don't go there now, but write this down. Write down ryp.im/stream live altogether. ryp.im/stream live. That's the website. And go get your free account with StreamYard and start streaming incredibly beautiful live shows right away. And now to the woman of the hour at last, Josee Brisebois is with us. She's in the house, and I'm going to give her the introduction she deserves. And then we're going to move into some phenomenal Q&A. And by the way, for you, those of you watching, ask us questions. Ask Josee questions. Put them in the chat, and we'll pull them up as they come in. So here we are. I am here to introduce the one, the only, Josee Brisebois. Josee is a personal brand image expert and fashion stylist for entrepreneurs with a remarkable professional background. Since 2009, that shows she has experience, Josee has been creating personal brands and styling speakers, entrepreneurs, and professionals. I need some styling. Prior to opening her company, Josee was a television newscaster and a Hollywood actress who starred in a feature film. Maybe we'll bring that up so we can all watch that together. In addition to her on-camera experience, she is an accomplished branding expert off-camera who served as a marketing and branding manager in the technology industry. That gets my geek needle going. A graduate of McGill University with a degree in business and marketing, Josee has been seen on, get this, ABC, NBC, CBS, and PBS. For those of you that live under a rock, those are television stations. She applies more than 20 years of experience to help entrepreneurs get promoted, attract high-level clients and business opportunities while creating an absolutely unforgettable personal brand. Who doesn't want that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, officially, here she is, Josee Brisebois. Welcome to the show. Yes. So, great accolades, many accomplishments, television, actress in a movie, my goodness, newscaster. You've done so many things, and obviously by doing all that, that gives you a leg up in your industry, what you do, by getting people ready, not just for camera, but for their brand, period. Whether it's on camera, whether it's just photos for their website, it's presence in front of a group of, when you're speaking. I can just see all the applications here because your first impression's got to be your best, right?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
So this is the person to connect with, and we'll give you all this information as we go through the show. But what I wanted to do, Josee, is first, those are great accolades and experience and everything in the bio. I like to go a little deeper and find out what is going on in that beautiful brain of yours that gets you motivated every single day. Because let's face it, being an entrepreneur, you and I know this, Josee, it's super simple, right? There's never an issue ever.
Oh, ever.
It is not for the faint of heart. And so to be able to be a successful entrepreneur, one must develop one heck of a mindset. And for you, Josee, when you get up every single morning knowing that all of these challenges are in front of you, and by the way, people don't get this, the more successful you become, the more challenges you are befronted with. So you really need to get your mindset straight. But for you, Josee, what is it that keeps you motivated every single day when you get up? What is going on in that beautiful brain of yours to say, I've got this and we're going to power through another day?
Well, let's just preface by saying that I don't feel this way every single day. I do have my little down moments. I believe everyone does. It's really not a piece of cake, as you said. But I feel like you were saying, I keep my body healthy and so my mind healthy. And that helps so much, just to have a good night of sleep. And to have a good night of sleep, you need to be healthy. So that's one. I do the visualization, that kind of thing as much as possible because, I have little kids, so they wake me up in the morning. I don't always get to do it, but when I can, I do it. I have tremendous amount of determination, and I think that is highly necessary if you're going to be an entrepreneur. So yeah, for me, it's a combination of all these things. Because if I did not take care of my health, I don't think I could do it.
And that's a great segue because of the show, Mind, Body, Business show. When it comes to physical fitness, beyond just being ready for each day, I mean, what does it really mean? What does it do for you? I mean, if you did not work out, if you did not exercise, if you did not eat and drink in a proper manner,
Right.
what has it done for you so far in your walk?
So if I did not take care of myself, and I'm including everything from exercising regularly, at least twice a week, and eating healthy, I don't drink alcohol, I would tend to go into a mild depression. Like I know I have this tendency, like I just know myself. So I know I have to keep on top of it and I don't go there. I don't let myself go there. So it's really helping me to keep my head clear and focused.
That's the one thing I love about physical fitness and just healthy lifestyle is that once you've experienced it, you will continually come back to it, even if you fall off the wagon for a little bit. And I know this from, 56 years of being on this planet, how that can go. And I used to be a certified personal trainer, and there were times where I would skip, and just, I'd either go on vacation, whatever the case may be. And I just realized, man, I don't feel good. And it's like this inherent addiction. That's the word I'm looking for. And this is a positive addiction because it's not a drug, although it can be like one when you get those endorphins going. I literally worked out right before this show, Josee. And I like to do that before any big task or something that's really important for me that day. I save the workout for right before that moment. And then I'm jazzed and up and excited. And that way I can be 100% present for you, for the audience. In this particular case, there's so many benefits and there's very little bad things, side effects, I guess, from working out. Other than, if you may have a pain here and there, be careful and seek professionals who can right that ship. I have knees that creak when I go up the stairs, and I hired a guy, and he showed me how by lifting more weight, more than I ever lifted in my life, heavier weight, how that actually fixed it. It blew my mind. So there are ways to fix things that you won't believe, and no matter what age you are, it's phenomenal. So just know that.
I have to ask you about that because my knees squeak too.
I have a perfect resource for you. In fact, it's a man-woman team. He does the men, she does the women. They are phenomenal. Okay. So they both been on the show. Go figure that, huh?
Yeah.
So I really have a warm spot for physical fitness and everything to do with it, nutrition. And it just makes sense, right? When you work out, when you move, your body's healthy. With COVID, a lot of people aren't moving. A lot of people are sitting and certain things are getting bigger than they ever been before.
I hear it all the time in my profession. I need to lose weight. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They want to fit into those wonderful clothes that you're suggesting that they wear and not have the bulge.
COVID did a number on people. That's for sure.
Yeah, with all the jackets and the buttons about to pop off. I get it. Yes. It's just this thing of refusal. I'm not buying any more clothes. I'm gonna lose the weight back to where I was. I'm not doing it. I'll just suffer while I'm sucking it in the whole time. All right, we've got some folks chiming in, looking in. Hey, guess who? The one and only Lois Kofi.
Lois, we were just talking about you and how amazing you are.
She says, love you too. And guess what, Lois? Love you more. I always say that with my kids. It's fun.
Love you more too.
And she loves the pink. I wonder if Josee knew anything about what to wear on this show. I just wonder. Curious. So thanks for coming on. Lois is an amazing friend of both of ours. And we were literally talking about you, Lois, right before the show in all good ways. I promise you, very good ways. So thanks for coming on. You must have heard us. That's great. So great. So physical fitness, and in your line of work, Josee, I can only imagine that if people are looking at you and if you are not fit or in shape, that could probably hurt your business, wouldn't you think?
I would say so. I would say so because it's all part of the personal image that you project. Like, yes, it's something to pay attention to what you wear, but if you don't care about, how healthy you are, that also speaks something, right?
And it shows up in so many ways, doesn't it? Like energy levels.
Yeah.
If you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not exercising, and if you're putting garbage in your mouth, then it's going to show in other ways beyond just the shape of your body. It's also going to show in your energy level. Go ahead.
Did you know that women who wear makeup make more money than the ones who don't? And I'm relating this to the way, when you exercise, it's all about showing how you take care of yourself. And that, transpires to other people. And it transpires in like, if you take care of yourself, then you care about the work that you do, you care about the results that you give. And that's all subconscious messages and people get from you. So that's where, taking care of your body also sends a subconscious message to people.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And so, talking about first impressions. So, get a good night's sleep the night before you're going to meet somebody or go on camera, right? On Zoom.
Yeah.
If it's Zoom or anything else, look, even if it's a meeting, like a work type meeting with maybe clients, but maybe you're just collaborating with somebody else. I still do what I can to, I don't come on wearing, say, a tank top, which I like to be comfortable all day long. I'm in shorts and a tank top most of the time while I'm working. But when it's camera time, I've got my own little closet here in my studio, and I just run over there and grab the hanger and I put on my work, quote unquote, shirt and come back and just be there, be present and look a little bit professional. I mean, I'm not wearing this, the blazer and everything all the time. I could in a heartbeat. But yeah, it's about, and some people like, just be comfortable, be yourself. I see that too. But if it's a first impression, I don't know. I don't know if wearing a hat backwards and, chains down to the middle, if you're an entrepreneur, it depends on what you're working in, right? I guess.
Yes. I love your visual kind of examples.
I've just seen it. I see it sometimes. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
and with COVID though, what I tell people is like, go at it, wear your yoga pants and wear your sweats, but on top, just like look like $1,000,000. It's so easy to do. Just put a nice jacket on, not hard.
It's so cool. It was a story many years ago, and I won't go through the whole thing, but what is happening today on Zoom is commonplace now, where people will wear something nice up top and shorts or boxers or whatever beneath. That was not commonplace at all before COVID.
Nope.
And there was a skit on television, and it's a long story. I want to get through it quick, but there were a lot of look-alike actors that were like Jay Leno look-alike, David Letterman look-alike, Arsenio Hall, and Dennis Miller it was his show. And they were having these wars over what guest on which show, because they were signing exclusive contracts, all this stuff. But I have a buddy who was the Jay Leno lookalike. He had the chin and everything. It was awesome.
Really?
And he told me, you want to hear something real interesting? He was dressed as a Godfather, and he had the cheeks filled, and he had the tux on. But when we were done and he got up away from the table, he was wearing shorts and no shoes. And I just laughed at that. That's genius. So from that day forward, every live show I've ever done, I'm in shorts right now. I have no shoes on. Pulling back the curtain. They're workout shorts. I'm comfortable.
Oh my gosh. Well, typically when I just meet with clients, that's what I wear my yoga pants. Today I said I'm gonna wear my nice pants that match my jacket just in case I have to get up. Well, you never know. Sometimes people get up and then not everyone sees their shorts or their yoga pants. So you have to make sure you don't have to get up.
And so you say something that is a great point, though, and I will point that out, is, dress the way that makes you feel professional.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I do feel professional. I know what I'm doing. I've got a jacket on. I have the look there. I also, I'm not kidding. I put on cologne as if I'm going to something. I make it as if it's an event. I'm actually using, I call it man makeup now, because I'm getting older and there's some splotches here and there, and it
The
reduces
shine,
shine,
yeah.
even though it's really shiny right now. But just do what you got to do to present yourself, and you don't have to go overboard, but make yourself feel ready, present, and professional, because it shows. It's like a dog sensing fear, isn't it, Jose, when someone isn't at their A game?
Yes. And even, yeah, like you said, I love that you wear cologne beforehand, because it puts you in that state of mind, gives you like this ounce of confidence, of extra confidence. And same thing for me. Like, I just need to wear my little lipstick, and that makes me feel better. So it's
Yeah.
whatever works for you, for everyone is different. How does it make you feel, whatever you're doing?
Yeah, and it may be a backwards hat with big gold chains. That may work, and that's okay. That could be the brand.
Yeah.
It goes with the brand. But just be present. And we're talking to the expert right here, Jose. She knows this stuff. So I want to talk more about your business. We've kind of been skirting across the top of it a little bit, and wanted to find out, who is your target market? What type of entrepreneurs do you work with? Are they solopreneurs? Do you do corporate gigs where you go into corporations, or is it smaller businesses, larger businesses? And then what kind of services do you offer? How does the process work?
Okay, so mainly it's entrepreneurs, because more like smaller businesses, because as you said, I have this personal branding background. I used to be a branding marketing manager in a corporation. And so to me, it's like second nature. I understand it. I know how to create an effective brand. So I focus on creating a personal brand for entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs, we are the face of our company. The first thing that people see when they come across your business is you. All entrepreneurs, we put all this money into having a professional looking website, and which is great. But what a lot of people don't realize is, like, does your image match that professionalism? Because if people, they see your professional everything, but then when they meet you, you don't look that professional and therefore probably successful, it's gonna hurt the bottom line. It's gonna hurt the business. And so I focus a lot on the personal branding, because the personal brand, what the image that you project, and it's kind of like it gives out, I was talking about subconscious messages. It gives out a subconscious message of what kind of person you are, what are your values. And it even like goes with the kinds of services that you offer. Everything speaks to that. And so having a strong brand is extra important, more so for entrepreneurs than for the corporate people who work for someone else. So yeah. And what was the other question, Brian? I went on a rant here.
Yeah, like the process of, like, especially now with COVID, if you're giving them advice and recommendations on, say, clothing, how does that work when you're not able to meet with them in person and give them advice?
Yeah. Well, interesting you asked that, because even before COVID started, I was doing most of my clients' work on virtually. There's several reasons to that there's so many advantages on working virtually. And it starts with, first of all, the selection online is so much greater, and you can find like much better prices. So I like to call myself the queen of high-end shopping on a budget, because I love it. I get a kick out of getting the best prices for the best clothes. So there's many different reasons why virtually just works so much better. I mean, there is this component of being in person that, yes, you don't have that. There's a pros and cons to everything. But I feel like the pros win over the cons working virtually. And so, and you were asking how does the process work? Well, it all starts with doing the personal branding process. What does your personal brand will look like visually? Like having a really clear understanding of that to make sure that it's strong and clear and consistent. Consistency is the key. If you don't have any consistency in business, it's very hard to be successful on all levels. So, so we start with that. We start with the personal branding process, and then I'm ready to. If I work one-on-one with people, I'm ready to just go shopping for them, having a really good understanding of what their brand looks like, and or I now teach people how to do it for themselves. I teach people how to become their own style so that they can become empowered, so they don't have to constantly rely on someone like me to look like $1 million. So they learn how to create their own brand. They learn how to look better themselves, how to put outfits together so they look stylish and really good. So did that answer your question?
That helps a lot. I was curious, what do you find the most common areas that need attention?
The most common areas that need attention, I feel like we're both in Southern California. People just dress too casually. They pick too casual fabrics or cuts or I see lots and lots of women wearing these little cardigans that have no shape, and it just gives a very unprofessional appearance. So I feel like, and probably now during COVID, it's probably like that all over the country, but the East Coast is the best as far as that goes. They're more like, they understand more the importance of it. But I would say, like, just don't think that looking casual because everyone else kind of looks casual is okay, because you are going to hurt your sales. You just are. I mean, the power of the first impression is not overrated. It really isn't.
Totally. Yeah. Like I would say, don't follow the herd.
Right.
And you're right. In California, it is so. Oh my gosh, I'll tell you that you are spot on, Josee. There was a guy who was incredibly successful and achieved a lot, and a multi-millionaire who came to an event. I was one of the people working with my mentor. I was sharing the stage, teaching the students. This guy came as a guest speaker. I'm not going to name names, but he went up on stage wearing like tattered jeans, flip-flops, and a t-shirt.
Oh.
And immediately, I've never met the guy, but I knew of his accolades. But my respect level and my view of him from an authority status definitely took a dip, just because that was my first impression. And so you're absolutely right. And, I'm not trying to say we should be judgmental, and we shouldn't. At the same time, and I get it. There are others that are very successful that can pull that off. But these are people that have a name already that everyone knows, right? Exactly. In the industry. Then like you can pull
Steve
that
Jobs. Right. We're not Steve Jobs, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a great example. And so just be cognizant of that. And you know what? If you're doing a multiple day event, you show up looking, dressed to the ninth the first day, and then you can ease back after everyone gets to know you, built some rapport. We did that. Like on the third day of a 3-day seminar, we would really casual it up. We'd still have like a blazer, but we would just like decent jeans instead of slacks or something, just work comfortable. And people, it just worked better that way. But yeah, definitely the first impression, I'm so in alignment with what you're saying there. It's huge. And a lot of people don't care about it anymore. Don't think about it, I think.
My experience is that people just don't know. They don't realize how much it affects their business. They did not ever think about it, or they just don't know. A lot of the times that's what it is.
And that's it. How you present yourself is how people are going. They are judging you. and they're saying, well, if you're dressed really professionally, odds are you're going to treat me with professionalism. You're going to take care of me as a client. If you're dressed in flip-flops and shabby jeans, what kind of service am I going to get if I do business with you? I'm not so sure I want to take that step.
You put the finger on it. That's exactly it. It's like, what are you telling your potential customers? Like, if you can't take care of yourself, are you going to be able to take care of me like the way I expect to? That's exactly it. It's all subconscious. Like in the cavemen, they draw on the walls, like, we are wired to like pretty things. We are wired to want the shiny object. So there's so many competition out there. If the next person looks better and just seems to be more shiny, people are going to go there.
And it doesn't stop with just branding, does it? I mean, what about every facet of your company, like your communication, your systems that are in place? Are they adequate? Are they making mistakes? If you do a live show, is it high quality? Do you have nice graphics? Do you have a good flow? Do you have great guests? I teach this myself. And the reason I teach it is because I started this show, Josee, with no intention of making money from it at all. It was just to further build my platform, to help get people like you out there to people that are watching so they can learn from you. And what I found is because I'm built, I'm wired. I don't do anything unless it's the highest quality I can muster. And I've gotten so many comments as a result. This isn't to pat myself on the back, it's to help people, to say that the higher quality you can make something, anything you do in your business, it shows, people notice. I didn't know this was happening. And I started getting a lot of people hitting me up saying, Brian, can you show me how to do what you do? I'm like, wow, that's crazy. So my show became a lead magnet as a result. It blew my mind. Yeah. Wow. And you just never know who's watching and what they're thinking. So why not always show up the best and brightest you possibly can? Put on cologne, put on perfume, whatever it takes for you. Just take it to the farthest you can within the resources you have today. Do the best you can with what you have, and then upgrade as you can.
Good advice.
And you know what? Dress nicely, present yourself. I'm sure she can help you with your overall brand, your image. In fact, if you don't mind, can we share your website real quick so people can just take a look at it and
sure.
How it's a beautiful website. That's why I want to share it, because
thank you.
It's like eye candy. Look at that.
That's me in my acting days. I need to change that picture.
Love it.
So it looks like this website is geared towards women, but I also work with men one-on-one. It's just that as I was telling you, women needs a little more help. It's a little more complicated to look good for women.
Yeah. And guys, I know quite a few guys that could use some help too. So that's good to know. Yours truly included, I'm sure. But
I think you look perfect. And what I like is that you say, always put the same thing on. You have your brand going. This is you. This is how you show up. And it's perfectly fine. I think you look perfect, Brian.
If you need someone to be your spokesperson or model, I'll gladly offer my. No, I'm just kidding.
Awesome. I'll text you.
I love it. But there you can see she's even going down to accessories and by the imagery there, dressed to manifest. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. And it is about feeling confident. And look at whoa, Brian. Look at the quotes on there. And I'm looking at a website for those of you watching or listening on podcast. I feel renewed and confident. I feel empowered and beautiful. The morning struggle of what to wear is gone. Now, there's the other thing, right? Taking away the uncertainty. You're giving your clients certainty. And isn't that one of the most confident building things we can have, period? Yeah.
And it's all about that. It's all about really boosting the confidence. And when you were asking me earlier, what gets you up in the morning? This is what gets me up. Like, I'm all about boosting people's confidence, to gain that confidence back from all the bullies they've encountered in their life. One of the biggest bullies, as you know, is our inner critic. So dressing to feel better about ourselves, from my experience, has been the quickest way and the most easy way to really feel more confident, and which has a huge impact.
Absolutely. I can tell you how many times that it's interesting. This works for guys too, because when you are wearing something and you look good, you know it. When you look better than you normally do. I'll put it that way. You know that you're different, and you feel it. It's the whole time you're in that uniform, if you will, that feeling stays with you. And so, what if you could have that feeling more often, all the time? What would that do for your business? What would that do for your relationships? You know what? Business is a relationship. It's all about relationships, whether it's personal or it's business. It's about establishing relationships. What that means is human beings are involved, right? And we're going to interact with human beings, whether it's on camera, on Zoom, or in person, which is starting to open up. I'm so thankful. And so why not take every step you possibly can to give yourself a leg up for your business and for your personal life, and reach out to someone like Josee. Just saying.
Yeah, and you were talking about, like, it's all about relationships. I keep talking about business, but what I hear clients say is it brought more joy in my life, in my relationships. That's what they tell me, because I feel so good about myself. So all of a sudden they feel more joyful in their relationship.
And
so it doesn't only affect business.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, guess what? When you feel good about yourself, you become more attractive to others. You just do. Who wants to be around a negative Nilly who's always down in the dumps and always, oh, woe is me. Oh, look, it's great and cloudy outside. Where someone else like, hey, look, it's great and cloudy outside. We're going to get some rain. This is awesome. Like, who do you want to be with in those situations? Well, if you're feeling good, you're more apt to say the more positive things and think the positive things. And you just show up differently. Your energy is higher, and you're smiling more, and you're excited. Like when someone like Josee's coming on your show, I got all giddy, and I'm like, all right, we got someone whose name's hard to pronounce. This is going to be fun. And that's the other key. Have fun. Have fun. Always have fun.
Oh my gosh, she cracked me up. Oh. So
you hereby have permission to have fun in your business. Just do it with respect for your clients, of course, but have fun. Have a laugh. Laughing is like a great thing. And when you're looking good, you're feeling good, then great things happen.
True.
Phenomenal.
True.
So you've been at this for some time now. Do you have can you recall anything like in your business life where you would say, oops, I kind of messed up on that one? And something that comes to mind. And then more importantly,
you mean with a client?
Yeah, whatever comes to mind with business. And then what did you learn from that? Because that's always the key. We all make mistakes. We're all human, no matter how successful we are. But the key is how you react to that and what you learn from it and what you do as a result. So do you have anything like that comes to mind?
I do. And I was devastated because I was like, because normally I'm used to having clients like, oh my gosh, thank you. I feel so good. I feel like, my sales increased and like all that good stuff. And then this one was like, sorry, but it's kind of, I don't remember how she said it, but she basically wasn't happy. And what did I learn with this? I learned, darn it, I should have listened to my intuition, because when I saw her come in, I'm like, she's not my exact ideal client. And the reason is because I focus on making people look, elevated and successful and polished. She was looking to more casual, like just, she wasn't, And so I think she looked 100 times better after I was done with her. But clearly that, she was not 100% happy. So I just learned from that, stick to like working with people that just want to look, like great and to represent their business, not the people that are just looking to look cute casually, because it might not be the right fit. And listen to your intuition, very importantly. Like that to me is the most important.
There's a great lesson there, and that is, it's okay to not accept everyone as your client. And in fact, it's your duty not to, and to turn away, be okay with turning away people that don't fit your value system, that don't fit what you do for them. And there are great ways, and we all go through these steps that Josee, I've gone through these learning curves, and what I come up with more in-depth systems as a result, like my onboarding forms, I ask more direct questions and I read the answers and say, well, you're either a fit or you're not. And it's okay to say no. In fact, it's your responsibility if you're going to have a successful business to say no. If you're saying yes to everybody, there's that scarcity thing going on. And that a bad client can cost you more than you're going to earn from that client. Yeah. Yes. Josee's nodding. So,
and I mean, thankfully that did not happen to me, but I mean, they can't even go out and say bad things about you. It can hurt you.
Reputation. Absolutely.
Yeah.
On that end as well. So yeah, it's very important. So it's just as important as it is to hiring the right employee as it is to bringing on the right client. A bad client can literally be like a cancer to your company and just suck the life out of it while they're your client. And if that happens and you've done all the upfront work and you've vetted them and you still think they're a good fit, and then they later partway down the line it's like, oh, this isn't working out. Be okay to fire your client as well. Give them a partial or a full refund, whatever works for you with your model, but move on and get someone who wants and needs what you have rather than someone that,
For me, I'm typically like, I would say, depending on the situation, if a client would get to be like that, I would have no problem refunding and bye-bye. Yeah. Like I want positive, just positive people.
And that's key. And yeah, you can do a lot of things. I now have a lot of forms for people that come to work with me, either on my team or as client. And, I literally have automation set up that if they answer a certain way, I automatically disqualify them by sending them an email or a text or both. And I don't have to worry about it. I let my system take care of sifting some of them. It just depends on some key answers. So that takes time to figure out what those questions are and the answer.
Yeah, I was curious. I was like, how would they need to answer for you to be like, not forcing?
Yeah. Well, some of them are simple where they would answer no when you're looking for a yes. And like, oh, I set the system to make sure to kick them to the sorry, you're not a fit at the very end of it.
Okay.
Stuff like that, where you can find out real quick. Like in your case, are you looking to up your fashion or are you looking to be more casual? And if they say more casual, then you could just say, you're not a fit, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And be moving on. And that would be, for me, that would be a question I'd throw in there because of the experience you just had with that other person. So it'd be like from real experience, real life, not just, I try not to make stuff up because I don't want to put stuff in there that I don't want to lead them down a thought pattern either that I don't want them to go down. So there's that slippery slope. If you put that in and they're like, oh, you know what? I actually think I want to go casual. I was going to go. It could mess with things up. It would have been a perfect fit. Just got to tweak and test.
Yeah. But that's good advice. I'm going to use it.
And there's one thing you have a very visual business, right? So what you do, I mean, you have walking billboards all over the place, right? Of people who have taken your advice, who are out there speaking, hopefully on stages again real soon, are speaking on Zoom calls and virtual summits. And it's amazing. So it's visual. And so I was curious, this is one of my favorite questions to ask on the show. And when it comes to marketing your business, getting the word out, what have you found over the course of your business that has been your best, most effective form of marketing to date?
To date, it's speaking and being part of a community to me has been like very, very helpful. but speaking is what has really helped me. And I am actually looking into learning how to do like really effective joint ventures, that kind of thing, because there are warmer leads when it comes from a joint venture, right? So yeah, I'm looking into doing this to just expand the list and get warmer leads. Warmer leads are much easier to say yes, to trust you and like you way quicker.
Wow. And when you say community, what do you mean by what kind of community? Like Facebook groups or?
No, like I got into a community with a business coach, where she has like a big community, and it's
Gotcha.
having this network of people.
So networking, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually, I'm running the show and I am taking notes just like I recommended everyone else do.
Yeah.
So I never, I always practice what I preach there. I was trying to figure out how to say that. My gosh, speaking is supremely powerful. I know that personally. And what we're doing right now can be considered that. In fact, I was speaking on stage and I hit the reset button and decided to do more building of my business from the bottom up. And then I want to get back on stage, and I will. And then I started this show as kind of a Band-Aid fix for being, there is no substitute for being on stage in front of live, living, breathing people that are in the same room with you. This helps you. So I highly recommend what she just said. First thing out of her brain was speaking. That means that's important. And that means if you're not doing it right now, and I'm speaking to the audience, then when would now be the right time to start doing that? And that would be appearing on podcasts. You don't have to even be on camera. Start out with podcasts as being a guest. Come on live shows like this one. Start your own live show. Ooh, there's a big one. Yes. And it's been amazing. Highly recommend it. So speaking is huge. Networking, getting in network groups, get a coach. Oh, you are spot on with that, Josee, because now you're with like-minded people. They all have skin in the game. They've paid money. They're all serious about their business, but they also love helping other people. So you can get a lot going there, and you can get joint ventures from that as well. And so,
right, exactly. And having a business coach and like you teach how to do podcasts, you could try and do it on your own, but my gosh, you're wasting years and money. So it's so important to have someone that's been there, knows how to do it, knows the next steps, so that yes, you're investing money, but in the end, you're saving time, you're saving money. Yeah.
And that's a great point, because so many people will just say, no matter what number you put to, oh, that's too much. Like, too much for what? I mean, would you rather spend 5 years learning it on your own? And those 5 years, by the way, you're going to be spending on learning this instead of building your business and bringing in more clients and being more creative and building it with more ideas. Or you can invest a small amount now compared to what it will cost you over those 5 years and get out of the chute running and start bringing in more clients quicker. I mean, the decision's yours, but that mentality of instantly they go to, oh, whatever the price is going to be, it's going to just be too expensive. Like, we got to get out of our own way to get forward in our business. And that's limiting beliefs and hesitation due to fear. And I'm NLP certified, so this stuff is right down my alley. I love this stuff because it works. It works.
Yeah.
And that's a mindset. Once again, it's phenomenal. So you're going to be doing this for quite some time. We all hope.
Yeah.
So if you were to look forward in time, if you had a crystal ball, what would you imagine yourself doing, say, in the next, let's go 10 years from now? What is your vision of what you're doing, your company and your brand from 10 years from now?
Wow. 10 years from now. Well, as I mentioned before we started the show, or no, maybe I said it on the show, I can't remember. But I started a course where I'm teaching people how to, do it for themselves, become their own stylist, pretty much. So in 10 years from now, I would love to see like hundreds of thousands of people that I've impacted to feel more confident about themselves. Like in the ideal world, that would be my dream, right? To have as many people like, when people feel better about themselves and more confident, that raises the vibration of the planet, right? That rises like the good vibes, so to speak. So I'd like to have a little like little piece of the pie of, that I could kind of feel like I helped in doing that.
And here's the thing with entrepreneurs that serve others and help others. I think it's our duty, all of us, to put the thoughts out there to wish them the best. And what I mean by that is I wish that Josee makes millions and millions of dollars, because I know that what will she do with a good chunk of that? She'll reinvest it into her business and scale it and help more people. Bring in others that have and train them maybe in her skill sets that she can then replicate, and maybe even back off and do more speaking engagements and have her people do the day-to-day calls and consultations and all that. It's just, that's, a lot of people go, oh, that rich person, they have these negative thoughts about people that have wealth. And it's like, well, if you have those thoughts about other people, how are you ever going to become wealthy yourself? It won't happen.
Yeah. No.
And the sooner you look at, and you can pick and choose. And so pick and choose people like Josee and say, oh gosh, I hope she makes many-fold over what she's making now. I hope she continues to exponentially grow her business so that more and more people can be positively impacted by her. Isn't that, we're all here together. We're in this together, all of us, and will there be competition? Does she have competitors? Sure. But even they can work together. I used to work together with other personal trainers. I'd say, you know what? I'm not a fit, but I know someone who is. I don't try to make them a fit just to make a buck. It's like, I know a lot of guys or gals that can help you. Like with you just now, when we were talking, was that before? I forgot too. Was it on the? It was on the show. They could have been my competitors back when I was a personal trainer, because that's when I met them. And it turned out they have an approach that works for people that I did not. And I sent people to them who could have been my clients.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like for me too. I like there's stylists that might be a better fit depending on what the person's looking for, right? Like that client that wanted more casual attires. There is a stylist out there that like loves casual attire. So I think there's different professional for every taste. And I also feel like thinking in the lines of, oh my gosh, there's competition, is not the right frame of mind. You need to look at it like, I am unique. I have my own unique skill sets, and the perfect clients are going to be attracted to that, and the other ones will be attracted to the other people.
Yeah, the bottom line is there are plenty to go around. It just sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but there are plenty to go around.
Yeah.
And
There's
speaking
billions.
of, what's that?
There's billions on the planet. So
that's right. Yeah, and there's really no boundaries anymore. We don't have to worry about what country you're from. You can help almost anybody from anywhere, depending on what you did earlier is genius, because you started with a model that was online, that was virtual. And it just turned out to be genius because now in COVID, everyone's scrambling to change their models. I know of a couple personally who turned their business upside down that are doing well, but they had to make that pivot that took time and effort. So it's I look at the positive. It's a great lesson, and it helped a lot of people learn how to work from anywhere they are with an internet connection. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It provides more freedom for when we are free to move about the world once again. We are getting, oh my God, it's 6:30. How did that happen? PM Pacific.
Boy. Well, you told me it would go fast.
Yeah, you know what? Time flies when you're having fun, and goodness sakes. So we do have a couple of giveaways, actually. There's more than one, because this wonderful, beautiful young lady here also has a gift for you. Would that be okay? Can we give that away first? Can we just bring that up and show folks what that is? And you can take it from here and show them how they can get that wonderful gift. I'll bring it up on the page. There it is.
Okay, so yeah, that's the sign up page, and the link is below. That's the I did a live training. That was a $200 training that I did to teach people how to create your personal brand image, and I'm giving you as a gift a replay of that training. So a $200 value that you're getting free for Brian's audience. I told him because I'm not typically, that's not what I give away. That's not like my gift. I have other ones that are more like PDFs and stuff. So that's a special one.
Oh, right. I love special. So for those that are listening on a podcast and don't have the ability to see, the website is a good long one. So get a pencil out or a pen or type it in your notepad. And it starts with wecanstyle.com. So wecanstyle, STYLE.com / and these are words separated by dashes or hyphens. So sign up personal brand workshop. So sign up personal brand workshop. And if you need to play that back again, go ahead to grab that URL. And I have it up on the screen for those of you watching live, and for those of you listening on podcast. So just showing that this is what it's going to look like when you get there. It's an opt-in form, and it says $1 Million Brand Workshop as the title. Create your $1 million personal brand image with great features of this. Again, $200 is what she charged her students that were in this live. And she's giving this to you as a free gift for just being watchers and viewers and listeners of this very show. So thank you for that, Josee. That is phenomenal, amazing, tremendous, and stupendous. That's what I like to say. And I'll leave that up there for a little while longer. And the other thing I wanted to do is, I end the show, and we're not quite there yet, so stick with us, those of you watching live and listening, is I love to ask this one question at the end. And I found it to be quite profound. I ask the same question of virtually every guest that I have. And I found it to be really profound, really powerful. And in some ways, it's even personal. And it's really amazing. And before I do that, though, I had promised everyone at the beginning of the show that I would show them how they could win a 5-night stay at a 5-star resort of their choosing. It's a 5-night vacation stay. Compliments again of our good friends at the Big Insider Secrets. And so now you can, if you need to, take your gaze away from the screen for just a moment, because of what we want you to do is bring out that cell phone of yours, and open up the messaging app, your text messaging app, because here is how you can enter to win. When you bring up your messaging app, where you would type in the name of the person you are going to text, instead put in this number, 314-665-1767. I encourage you to write this down as well. This will be good through the end of the evening. 314-665-1767. And then where you would type in the message, where you would put in emojis, smiley faces, and other things. Don't put any emojis. Just put in 2 words that are separated also by a dash or a hyphen if you prefer. And those 2 words are peak, P-E-A-K, dash, vacation, all together, peak dash vacation. Go ahead and enter that, text that right away, and then watch your phone, because you will then be getting a follow-up text message automatically, just asking you for your email address, because that is how we announce the winner, is by emailing the winner. And so to be officially entered, you need your email address as well. So go ahead and do that. And I hope to be able to announce you on Facebook as the winner very, very soon, as early as tomorrow morning. That will be a lot of fun. All right, back to the woman of the hour. And you know who she is, right? Yeah, Josee Brisebois. And look, I'm going to put her name right there so you can all see it. Isn't that a cool name? I love that name.
Right. Thank you.
So, kind of built up this question, Josee.
I know. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this question?
Well, I want to put you more at ease, because this show isn't about stressing people out. It's about bringing incredible value, which you have done, by the way, and I appreciate you for doing that. Here's the thing: there is no such thing as a wrong answer. It does not exist. And it's funny because, well, not funny, it's just real, that the exact opposite is the true. The only correct answer is your answer. That is all that makes this personal. That's it. It's nothing more. We're not going to dig deep into your personal life. It's just whatever answer you come up with is perfect because it is yours and it's coming from you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And no matter how long it takes you to come up with the answer, that's fine too. Some get it like bang. Others take seconds. I don't know if we've ever had a minute, but even if it takes a minute, that's okay. It doesn't matter. So whatever answer you come up with in whatever time frame is absolutely perfect. With that, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. I love this part. Josee Brisebois, how do you define success?
Happiness spent with loved ones. I think that's it. Happy, or I guess, you would define happiness, I guess, being joyful and spending time with loved ones, family, friends, because as you said, relationships is what's the most important, and love. So to me, it's to be content in that, just to be with my loved ones.
Absolutely love that. And the interesting thing is, so many that I've asked this question, no two yet has answered it the exact same way, which I find very amazing. But I noticed you said the word love at least, and maybe 4, but I heard at least 3. And so, and that was the reason for the dramatic pause where I wouldn't let you go with just the few words you said, because a lot of people like to expand on that and ultimately do like you did. And it came back to love 2 more times.
Yes.
And that's where you know for sure what success means to that individual, especially in your case. When you come back to it 2 more times after the first, that's yours. And that's beautiful. It's yours. So it's the right one. That's what, here's the other thing I noticed. And it's the same true with me as well. If you were to ask me what I thought the definition of success was 10 years ago, probably a whole different answer than what it is today. Yeah. And that's okay for it to change. A lot of people look at success through different lenses. Everyone looks at success through different lenses. I found out by asking that question on this show. It's amazing. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, because if you look at it in a more linear way, I could have said like, oh my gosh, like it's to have my $1 million mansion, and but if you look deeper, that's not what makes people happy. It's not. Well, it helps, but it's really not what makes people happy. What makes people happy is when they have the luxury and the freedom to spend quality time with their loved ones.
And you said it, the one for me is liberation, freedom. Money is not, it has not been any single person's answer on this show. One person started off by saying it, only one, and then thought about it and said, but that is only because it enables me to be freer to be with my loved ones. And so the real reason was not money at all. It was an ingredient, but it wasn't the final product.
Right.
And it's amazing that, when you find people that are successful, have achieved what they deem to be successful, but, these are not entrepreneurs that are coming on this show. They're grizzled veterans that have been through it and understand what it takes. And they are never all about money because they have reached a point where they, their focus is on serving and being there for others. And when love is driving you, can you imagine everyone out there so this woman is driven by love. That is the definition of success.
I love that. I
want to work with somebody.
Now. I'm driven by love.
That's it. And you are. I mean, you made it very, very evident, and that's a great thing. Yes. Great friend of mine, Ross Slaughter, freedom. Boom. Yes.
Boom. Yes.
He's a personal trainer. We met at a speaking event. We co-spoke at an event, and what a professional. This guy's amazing. And he's pivoted into another arena. He's going to be on the show coming up soon. And I love this guy. Love this guy. He's an amazing guy. Thanks for coming on, Roz. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's freedom and love. Your what drives you is love. So imagine working with somebody like Josee, who you now know is driven by love. Would that be okay? That would just be awesome. It would be awesome. You know that she'll have your best interests at heart because she's not about the material things. She's about the heart things. And she will use that to give you the best result that she can possibly get. So be sure to, what is the best way for folks to connect with you, Josee, before we call it an evening?
To connect with me, you can email me. You can email me at Josee if you want to put the, well, my name, is it below? Oh yeah, you see it. Josee@weekendstyle.com.
Oh, okay. So you can see her name under her right now. Just replace Brisebois with the @ and take the spaces out, and you've got her email address.
Yeah, exactly. Josee@weekendstyle.
So it's for those of you listening, it's Josee with JOSEE and then @weekendstyle.com. That's how you can get a hold of her. And definitely do that. And remember, this is good for men too. And I know a lot of you guys out there that could use her help, and you know who you are. I'm talking to you right now. So go ahead.
No, you
I can always improve too. There's always room for improvement, no matter what. But Josee, I just want to say once again, thank you so very much for coming on the show, for spending your valuable time to help everyone who has watched, listen on this show, not only live, but even after the fact, because you have just given them a gift, many gifts of wisdom on how to be more successful in their business. And I hope they all took notes. I did. I have nearly a page of my own. But is there any one last piece of advice? We'll close it with this. If you could think of one piece of advice that you would give a budding, like new entrepreneur just getting ready to really hit the road with this whole working for themselves idea, if you could think of just one, you only get one piece of advice that you would give them, can you imagine what that would be?
Okay. Go in your closet and start going through, like I'm going to ask you now, like start doing a closet cleaning. And when you start cleaning, take the piece of garment, ask yourself, does this piece of garment bring me joy? Does it make me feel good and confident? And if it doesn't, you need to consign or give, donate. Be honest with yourself. Does it really make you feel confident? And put yourself, like if I was like on the stage or something, would I feel amazing in this?
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, I have t-shirts I'm going to throw away now. I'm not kidding. Or give away. I mean, some of them, I don't know if I'd want anyone else to have them because they might not be the greatest in shape, but that's great advice. And I wanted to just point out real quick before we call it an evening, how many of you watching this show just noticed and saw and felt, maybe even listened to her, the love and passion coming through her voice? Immediately, she got dead serious because she's serious about what she does and she wants to help you. And that came from a love space. Even though she got kind of intense with her face, I thought, oh my God, look at the passion coming out of her right now. It's amazing. Now look at this beautiful smile. It's like, come on, who doesn't want to work with her? All right.
You made me smile, Brian. I think you're just like firecracker.
Well, you bring it out. You bring it out. So remember, Josee at weekendstyle.com. So reach out to her or go to her website, weekendstyle.com, and hit the contact link and reach out to her and just have a conversation and say, hey, I'm ready to clean up my closet. Here's some pictures. Tell me where to start. Let's do this. All right. So on behalf of the amazing Josee Brisebois, I am your host, Brian Kelly of the Mind Body Business Show. We will be back again next week with another edition. Until then, so long, everyone. Be blessed, and we'll see you later.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you for tuning in to the Mind Body Business Show podcast at www.themindbodybusinessshow.com. My name is Brian Kelly.